Collector75. Welcome back to another Transformers review. For this one, I thought I'd do another one of the Age of Extinction Dinobots, this one being SASH. Now, I think I bought this one from Toys R Us. Well, actually, I did buy it from Toys R Us. So I think it was either the massive figure of $6.99 or $7.99. It must have been on sale, and I think I was obviously lucky to see it. So that was pretty handy. I think I got it at the same time as I got my Masterpiece Sunstorm. But like I say, it was one of the last ones I wanted, along with Snarl, who I've recently picked up from Forbidden Planet, actually. Yeah, so I wanted this one, and I was really looking forward to getting it, because obviously I hadn't seen it too many places. And I think, to be honest, this is probably one of the worst ones, in my opinion, anyway. Not so much on the dinosaur mode, because obviously he's a great looking raptor, or skeletal raptor, if you will. I mean, my one's obviously had a bit of problem with this soft rubber plastic being moulded slightly wrong, or something's happened to it. Either way it's out. I probably could fix it if I really wanted to, but you know, it's a bit of a shame, really. But obviously the tail's all soft rubber plastic. You know, it's pretty cool, because obviously then they're allowed to have all the spikes, because they can't actually do any damage. Soft rubber plastic all around here, and he's got these little fin things up here, which are pretty cool. It's just, for me, it's the only bit that lets it down in this dinosaur mode, because the legs are actually really articulated. I love some of the poses you can get into. It's just these arms. These arms just they haven't really got too much range of motion outwards, so they just sort of do this zombie looking thing out in front, which is just a bit of a shame, for me anyway. But the mouth is amazing. Look at that. I love the way you can open the mouth. You can actually have it looking up, and the mouth, the jaw moves with it. I think it just looks really good. And like I say, you get it in dinosaur mode, and you can get some fantastic range of poses and movement out of it. You probably won't stay there too well in that position, but you know, you can do what you want with the dinosaur mode. Just a shame about the robot mode, really, in my opinion. Right, we're going to transform this now. Now I've got my instructions next to me, because I can never remember this guy. This guy's a bit fiddly, but also very easy. We're going to rotate this around, or maybe it rotates around this way. That's probably it. Rotate that around, something like that. Let's have a look. So I'm rotating that around, whichever way it wants to go. Probably this way. Bear with me. And then rotate that down. That sort of gives him his arms. Something like that. What does that rotate around? I think, oh yeah, they rotate around, don't they? I thought so. Because obviously you want to give him like these claws under there, as sort of like knuckle dusters, or whatever you call them, on the side of his arms. And then you're sort of roughly around here. Once you've done the arms, let me just look at my instructions. You've done that, you've done that. You're then pulling these bits out, which is quite cool, because it looks like the skeletal bits for the dinosaur stomach area, which is pretty cool. And then you can rotate these out. I'll just rotate them out for now. So then you get like that. And then you're going to move this whole section, I believe. Can't remember which way it goes now. Is it this way? It does move. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's just literally connected on this joint here, which is pretty cool. And then this whole section will now move somehow around. It's a little fiddly. As I said, it's, for me, some of it works, some of it don't. You've got to get these bloody things out of the way. There we go. And then that all rotates around. And then again locks into position once you've knocked a few bits off their ball joints. You can pop that back on. There we go. Then you split in these. Sorry if this is a bit disjointed, this review, but I'm not overly keen on this toy, and I'll come to why I don't really like it in a minute. You're going to rotate this around. You're going to bring that down. Rotate this around. It's horrible, this leg bit. I hate it, but you bring it around. I think it's quite ingenious, actually. Hold on, that comes down. Then you're bringing this around to form the bottom front of the foot. That's pretty cool. Yep, so where am I? I'm up here again. So you bring that around, and you're going to rotate this whole section around. You're going to rotate this around. Bring the top half head back, push it into place, move that bottom jaw around, bring that around, and there's his legs. And then he has these strange things. Bring this tail down to the back, stand him up as best you can, because he doesn't really like to stand up. Bring these around for his fists, like so. You can bring these, rotate his back around, rotate these around, or do whatever you want with them. What does it say to do with them? It is a bit strange. You just sort of hang these to the back round here, I think. That looks fucking awful. Sorry, I don't like swearing, but this is a bit of tosh, this one. And then you stand him up. Now, it is the worst one in robot mode. It just don't work for me. I'd love an oversized version just to go with all my other oversized Dinobots from this line, but this is the worst one, unfortunately. You can sort of take these out and have them as like axe weapons, but I ain't doing that. It's just a shame. I mean, I love the head sculpt. The head sculpt's pretty cool. The head sculpt is actually pretty cool on all of these Dinobots, because they went for like the old medieval knights. I think that's pretty cool. And you can angle these sort of down as weird sort of like shoulder guards, but it's just these legs. These legs remind me of the G2 laser cycles. And they weren't very good legs, because you just cannot pose them. You cannot pose them easy enough to get them into a decent position without everything moving out of position. And then by the time you got them into a position, everything else has moved. I mean, I'm pretty lucky here, actually. That ain't too bad. You know, and then you end up with loose ball joints, because they just can't support the weight, the top heaviness of the top, if that makes sense. And then you got these legs, these dinosaur like arms just hanging off at the top here, and they don't look good to me. Actually, they don't look too bad, but it's just the back, they look a bit rubbish. And then you've got these. What the hell are these? Are they just sort of like hanging off his knees? I'm not totally sure what they're for, what they're designed for. Was it the dinosaur mode or was it the robot mode? I'm still not totally sure on that one. Yeah, I'm not totally convinced. I mean, it's all right, but it's got a few issues in it. It has got a few issues. I don't know if I can bring these fists out anymore now. They sort of just want to stay there. I mean, it's no Scorn. Scorn is one of the best ones. This one, probably the worst. I haven't actually transformed Snarl yet. I want to do a review on Snarl. I might do sometime. I can't actually see if they put an Autobots symbol on this guy. Don't think so. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this review up there. This has been Graham, the Collector 75. I'll see you all next time. Bye. Hello again, everybody. This is just a quick update to my Dinobot Slash review. I'm going to stick this on the end of my normal Age of Extinction Slash review, mainly because I ordered some stuff from Sir Toys, a few weeks, month ago now, and when it come, I was quite surprised. He included this free of charge. Actually, this is one of the. I think it's just on his site anyway. It's just a KO Slash. And as far as I knew, there was no differences, but it is actually slightly oversized. It's hard to actually see. I tried to put them in roughly the same pose, and as you can see, he does end up being slightly taller. I know he's a bit more hunched over, but if you can sort of see, it's really hard. I mean, there isn't much in it. I mean, if I can just show you the ankles, you can see the back end up here just comes to above it, and obviously if every part is oversized like that, it does make it slightly larger. It transforms in exactly the same way, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to sell this one now, because I do want to get roughly Voyager sized Dinobots, because I think they all should have been bigger, because obviously you had Grimlock and I can't remember his name. The one that's Sludge, is he still called Sludge? Yeah, he was a Voyager sized toy, but the others were all deluxes, and especially because they downsized the deluxes, they ended up being quite smaller, even though this one is one of the decent deluxes and he's actually quite a good size actually. But yeah, so I just wanted bigger ones. Anyway, right, yeah, he transforms exactly the same way. This one I've just noticed does have a nasty little crack just in there actually. Obviously it's a KO, so you know the quality is actually pretty good, but obviously it is slightly lower. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. There's a bit of dodgy paint there, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. I'm quite happy with it, so I'll stick with that. Anyway, right, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.